I'm just a rider. I'm just a rider.
Safety first.
I think we're ready to rock. That is so 1940s.
Spitting, scratching, spraying, and spinning. Are you feeling okay? Maybe you should have someone take your temperature.
Shall we begin?
Safety first.
I think we're ready to rock. That is so 1940s.
Spitting, scratching, spraying, and spinning.
Welcome into another American River College Athletics broadcast brought to you by Stones Radio Networks. Today we have,
the ARC softball team taking on Consumnes River.
and now with the play-by-play. I give you Mark the Phantom Love.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Becky Russ Field on the campus of American River College in lovely Sacramento, California. Just what we ordered, a noon start that starts at 1 o'clock, and I think that is a pretty good deal here as we had an umpire problem. No, we didn't have too many. We had too few. We had none. And Stones McCoy, we have whiled away the hours here, actually whiled away the hour waiting for this one to start just by talking about stuff. And I think the thing that I want to ask you is it okay if, even though Consumnes River is the opponent today, they are now my favorite opponent because they played duck, duck, goose while they were waiting for the game to start?
Wow, I didn't.
Yeah,
see
they were
that.
out there in left field.
That?
Out there in left field, sitting in a circle. I looked up, and all of a sudden, they're going by and they're tapping somebody on the head and running around. It's duck, duck, goose, man. That's my team right there.
You know, I think a few years ago we talked about one of our favorite NFL touchdown celebrations was duck, duck, goose. If I remember correctly.
Yes, it was.
So now I understand why you're so enamored by that. You know what? Yeah, they're my favorite team that I don't want to win today.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to take the Hawk side, but I will change their name to the Goose.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Goose. Okay, Stones McCoy's with me. Matt, the PA guy, to my right. Sabrina, the DJ, making an unexpected appearance today as she decided, you know something? The game's not starting until 1. I can make it. And so now she is on site for this one. Bree Romero on the mound for the Beavers against Consumnes River College. The Hawks at 24-9 on the year, 13-5 in conference play, second to only top-ranked Sierra College, who are still undefeated in Big 8 conference play. The Beavers at 20-12 overall, 7-10 in conference play. Bree Romero on the mound, and she will face Layla Towner, Kaylee Toy, and Trinity Jordan, the first 3 hitters for the Hawks. Here in the top of the first, we're finally getting this one underway with actually 2 umpires on the field. Bat is pulled back. Ball is in there for a strike, and I can see we're already going to have problems. Stones McCoy. Yeah, I heard him, but he did not make the move until now. It's 2 o'clock, so there you go. But we are underway. Downer 358 on the year. She takes that one high and outside. Layla from West Campus, just a freshman, 358 average, 3 home runs, 30 runs batted in, 4th in the Big 8 conference for the leadoff hitter. Playing out at third base for the Hawks today. Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Bree Romero. Bree at 9-6 on the season, 4th in the league in wins. She has a 2.32 ERA, which puts her 8th. She's thrown 123 and 2/3 innings on the season so far, 78 strikeouts and 32 walks. She was a losing pitcher on Tuesday when the Beavers fell to Santa Rosa 4-2. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Good start for Bree Romero and the Beavers, getting the strikeout of Towner. That'll bring up Kaylee Toy, the second baseman. Kaylee, a freshman from Lodi, batting .324. No home runs and 14 runs batted in. Beavers at the penultimate home game of the regular season, actually home appearance. The last game will be a week from Saturday, a doubleheader against Folsom Lake College. That one is on the inside corner, I think, for a strike, and there goes the right arm up. So if you're watching on 1.5 second tape delay, you'll see strike as it's called. That would be perfect. Maybe 2 second tape delay. 0-1 now to Toy. She hits one sharply down toward third, picked up by Hannah Peterburs across the diamond for the second out. Hannah over there at third base. Shortstop today, Morgan Montgomery. Taylor McKay at second. Jackie Young over at first. Jordan Werzer behind the plate for the Beavers here in this one this afternoon. Alexa Garcia left. Sophie Peterburs in center. And Callie Tomlinson is out and right. And here is Trinity Jordan, a robust .459 batting average. 3rd in the Big 8 Conference. 4 home runs and 28 runs batted in for Trinity Jordan. Sophomore out of Franklin High School down in Elk Grove. First one is hit foul down the third base line. For strike one, 0-1. Baseball to our left here at Beaver Field. It's Consumnes River against the Beavers. And Consumnes with the orange jerseys in baseball, but in the softball jersey, a much more pleasant blue, white with a little orange mixed in there. Just a lot more pleasant to the eye. So glad we're watching this one right now. That one doesn't start till 2:30. They still have time to change their shirts, I guess. 0-1 pitch. That's down in the dirt. Ball 1-1. Beavers at 7-10 in conference play means they have 7 games left, 6 after today. 4 of those will be on the road, including the doubleheader at Folsom Lake, doubleheader in Modesto this weekend. popped up, going to be back towards us. The best cornerback in the state, the Bird, did not make the play, and I was a little bit disappointed in him. I have high expectations for Bird, though, so that's why. And also, he's my partner in a lot of dance contests. We kind of represent the A to Z as far as dance styles is concerned. I'm A, and he's all the rest of the letters. 1-2 pitch, line to over shortstop into left field. That's a base hit for Trinity Jordan. Handled out there by Alexa Garcia. Jordan really didn't get all of that one, got enough of it to put it over Morgan Montgomery's head and land safely out in left center field. So she's at first with 2 outs. Emily Johnson coming to the plate. Emily, a freshman from Calaveras down in San Andreas. She is batting .387, has a trio of home runs and 23 runs batted in. She's up here with 2 outs and a runner on first base. Sophia Ortiz, the catcher, to follow in the number 5 spot for the Hawks. Romero's pitch is high and outside. Tamisha McBride hitting 6th, and Sarah Babby in left field hitting 7th. Gabriella Lipsky hits 8th, and Angelina Dedu, the center fielder, bats in the number 9 spot. Tatiana Blas is the pitcher for the Hawks today. 1-0 pitch. Inside corner, perhaps. Yes! 1-1. I'm just happy the guy's here. I mean, if it takes him a while to get the arm cranked up to call strikes, that's fine with me. You know, because I waited for the guy for an hour. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 on. That's popped up short center, left center. It's Morgan Montgomery coming out from shortstop. Gets it on the outfield grass for the 3rd out. Good inning for Bree Romero. Gives up 1 hit, no runs. We go to the bottom of the 1st. Hawks nothing, Beavers coming to bat.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the 1st, Hawks scoreless in the top of the inning. That'll bring the Beavers to the plate. Sophie Peterburs, Taylor McKay, and Jackie Young, the first 3 hitters for ARC. 20-12 on the year and 7-10 in conference play. Tatiana Blas, the pitcher for Consumnes River College. She is 7-4 on the season, a .235 ERA. 74 in the 3rd innings pitch, 79 strikeouts, and 25 walks for Tatiana. She's a freshman from Liberty Ranch. That is down there in Galt. Tremendous sports high school. Basketball, I know they've been very, very good the last couple of years, and obviously softball as well. Here is Sophie Peterburs, looking at .315, the center fielder. Leading off in the absence of Bella Garcia, who broke her wrist the other day, so she is out of action. That's popped up. It's going to stay in play, I think. Towner comes over, tries to make the play, can't do it. So, Layla Towner at third base and Sophia Ortiz, the catcher, it was equidistant from each one, and neither one could get there. And it is Sophie Peterburs fortunate to still be up there, no balls and 1 strike. Sophie, a sophomore out of Roseville, 10 runs batted in on the season, .315 average. Usually bats in the number 9 spot. She's up here against Blas. Pops that one up. That's going to stay in play. The catcher has it. And no, the catcher can't make the play. That's Ortiz looking back into the sun area. Could not really track that one. Might have been able to get some help from first base. Emily Johnson down there at first base. Kaylee Toy at second. Gabriella Lipsky at shortstop. Towner, as we mentioned, over at third. Sarah Babby in left. Dedu is in center. And Tamisha McBride in right field. So 0-2 on Peterburs. That one's lifted, but nobody's going to try that one. It's out of play to our left. And the home plate umpire is, I think, pointing to the Sophie and seeing if she was out of the batter's box, and they say she was out when she made contact, so she is called out for the first out of the inning. So Sophie is out, and I think that scored catcher unassisted. That's how I'll score it until Stones tells me I'm wrong. And that'll bring up Taylor McKay, the sophomore from Paradise. 299 on the campaign. 11 runs batted in for the right-handed hitter who's playing second base today. Bloss delivers, and it is down low for a ball. I apologize for the delay. The Bird, if you're gonna tell me it's a strike, it's got to be a strike, or else you're gonna lose your job up here. I know you're a dancing fool, but come on, that one is a ball again, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes to McKay. So now we see the difference between the ball call and the strike call. Maybe we can start to figure this out. Although it's an enjoyable part of every broadcast. That one is high and outside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes on McKay. Jacqueline Young on deck. Jordan Werzer batting in the 4th spot today. Jordan behind the plate for the Beavers. Morgan Montgomery 5th. Alexa Garcia batting 6th. 3-0 pitch coming to McKay. That is in there for a call strike, 3-1. Hannah Peterburst batting 7th, playing third base. Emily Ariano is the designated player in this one. She hits 8th. Callie Tomlinson batting 9th and playing out in right field. So 3-1 on Taylor McKay, 1 out bottom of the 1st. That one is on the inside corner again, call strike 2. And the only reason I knew that is because she didn't start running to first base. I'm not pretending that I figured this out, as it is 2 good pitches by Bloss with the 3-0 count. She threw on the inside corner a couple of times. It's now 3-2. That's popped up. Shortstop going out. Left field coming in. Left field's going to make the play. And that is Sarah Babby in left field coming almost all the way into the infield to make the running catch for out number 2. McKay is out. Got ahead 3-0 in the count. And eventually flies out to short left field. Here's Jackie Young. Jackie batting at 287. 3 home runs. And 17 runs batted in. Alexa Garcia leads the team with 4 home runs. Werzer and Young both with 3. She takes that one on the outside corner for a strike. Okay. Bird, it was not a strike. Well, she held her glove up and it hit the glove perfectly. It's okay. 1-0. That one's hit well to left field. Babby's going after it. Reach out, can't make the play. It goes all the way to the fence. Jackie's rounding first. She moves into second with a 2-out double. So both teams with 2 outs getting a base hit here in the first inning. First hit for the Beavers is a line drive. Sarah Babby made a nice try out there, but tried to backhand it going toward the line. Couldn't get there. Was hit too hard. First hit off Bloss, and here is Jordan Werzer behind the plate today for the Beavers. Jordan, a freshman from West Valley, has 18 runs batted in and 3 home runs. And she's up here now with 2 outs. First pitch swung on and missed. Got a good cut at that one. And Bloss is ahead 0-1 on Jordan Werzer. Morgan Montgomery, the shortstop, batting in the 5 spot on deck for ARC. Werzer fouls that one back to the screen, so quickly behind in the count, 0-2 with Young out on second base. Jones McCoy worried about his cameras, as always, on foul balls. He put 2 cameras in the same place today, basically, so one of them would either they'd have more of a chance of being hit, I don't know. That's a little bit high and outside. A good waist pitch by Bloss, right where the catcher, Sophia Ortiz, was asking for it. And just a little bit out of the strike zone, 1-2. Young at second, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Hit pop-up, shortstop coming after it, and she makes the play right behind third base. That is Gabby Lipsky for the 3rd out. So Werzer pops out, leaves Young out at second base. We go to the top of the second. Hawks nothing, Beavers nothing.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies, and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Back here for the top of the second, Mark the Phantom Low here with Stones McCoy, bringing you action between the Hawks from Consumnes River College and the American River College Beavers. We move to the top of the second. Neither team on the board. Sophia Ortiz, Tamisha McBride, and Sarah Babby, the first three hitters for the Hawks. Ortiz, the freshman out of Oakdale, behind the plate, 284 on the year, 3 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Hitting from the right side against Bree Romero, and she fouls the first pitch up in her eyes back to the screen. And it is 0-1. So Stones McCoy puts 2 cameras in about the same place. One of them gets knocked over by a foul ball, and it doesn't matter because he's got another one there. That's the kind of attitude that it makes Stones Radio Networks a great company to work for. The guy doesn't have any idea what he's doing. 0-1 pitch. That's lined down the left field line. That's a fair ball over the head of the third baseman. Ortiz rounds. Here comes the throw in from left field. Garcia is not going to be in time. And sliding in is Sophia Ortiz with a double. Alexa Garcia picks it up in left field right by the line, tries to get it in there, but Ortiz is in there safely. She's going to give her elbow guard, it looks like, elbow pad. Get that back to the dugout. And here comes Tamisha McBride. 364 on the year for Tamisha. She's the right fielder, has 16 runs batted in. She's a sophomore from Luther Burbank High School in Sacramento. Right-handed hitter. Ortiz at second base. Second hit of the game for the Hawks. She shows bunt, pulls it back on an inside pitch, and it's ball 1-0. Hawks with 8 of their 9 starters in the lineup batting at least 300. 304 is the lowest of the 8 batting over 300. McBride, as we said, at 364. Here's the 1-0, shows bunt again, bunts it up in the air down the first base line, but foul and out of play. Or out of reach, more appropriately. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sarah Babby, the left fielder, on deck, hitting in the number 7 spot. Ortiz out at second base. And Peterburg's in at third. Here's the 1-1. It's had the bat out there, pulled it back. It's a little bit too high. And it is a 2 ball, 1 strike count now on Tamisha McBride. 12th in the league in batting at 364. She's going to check at third base. Christy Schroeder, the coach of Consumnes River College. Lisa Delgado for the Beavers. Doing battle here in this one, which is supposed to be a noon start, was a 1 start, but now we're going to bunt it at that one down the first base line, picked up by the first baseman over to first. Nice play by Jackie Young, but a good sacrifice for McBride. She is retired first base to second base, covering that's Taylor McKay, but it got Ortiz over to third with just 1 out, and that'll bring up Sarah Babby. Left fielder hitting .338 with 13 runs batted in. And she steps in there, and she's checking down with the third base coach to see what's going on with her. McBride, a really nice bunt down the first baseline, a little bit of English on it. Jackie Young, an excellent play. She had to barehand it and get it to Taylor McKay. The Beavers with the infield in here in the second inning. Babby takes it high for a ball. Sarah, freshman from Pleasant Grove High. .338, as we said, 13 runs batted in on the season. Ortiz at third, 1 out, second inning. Swing and a miss by Babby. A nice pitch by Bree Romero. Moving away from the right-hand hitting left fielder. 1 ball and 1 strike. Beavers on the road on Saturday. They go to Modesto to play a doubleheader. Then they're on road again next Tuesday, Sac City. We are back here a week from Saturday for a doubleheader against Folsom Lake. Babby takes that one high for a ball. 2-1 on Sarah Babby. Just 7 games left, including today in Big 8 conference play. The Beavers at 7-10, 20-12 overall. So on track, it would seem, for a playoff berth. But you want to pile up a couple more Big 8 conference wins, get into double digits. 2-1 pitch. Babby swings and misses. 2-2. They got the 20-win total or 20-win plateau for the regular season, but you want to get double digits in conference play, especially in a conference like the Big 8 that has 5 of the top 20 teams in California. Beavers at number 16, the Consumnes River Hawks at number 8. 2-2 pitch, and that one's a little bit outside, 3-2. So 2 top teams meeting here in this one. Just a single game here this afternoon. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at third here in the second. That's popped up. Should stay in play at first base for Jackie Young, and she's going to catch it right in the coach's box for the second out. So good pitch by Bri Romero to get the pop-up from Babby, and that'll leave it up to Gabrielle Lipsky, the shortstop for the Hawks. Sophomore from Consumnes Oaks steps in with a .258 batting average and 12 runs batted in, and got a run down there at third as the Beavers move their infield back with 2 outs here. First pitch is popped up out of play behind us, so Romero comes through on the 3-2, getting the pop-up, and now it's 0-1 on Gabriella Lipsky.
I don't think you caught. She went to Consumnes Oaks High School, and now she's at Consumnes River.
Bird, sometimes when you make a point, you make a beauty. Consumnes Oaks High School to Consumnes River. Now if there's a regular 4-year college that has Consumnes in the title, that's where we'll find her next. Sometimes you just solve things. That one is on the outside corner. I waited for it, and sometimes patience is a virtue. That one took so long that Bert had already put up ball on the scoreboard and had to do it all over again. 0-2. Here's Romero's 0-2. She hits it out into right field. Tomlinson comes in. Nice sliding catch by Callie Tomlinson in right field to retire Gabriella Lipsky. Callie Tomlinson came in, went down to one knee, got it out to her left side and made the play. An excellent play. We call that a web gem here at ARC. We go to the bottom of the second. Hawks nothing, Beavers nothing.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Bottom of the second as we celebrate the great catch by Callie Tomlinson in right field in the top of the second and keep the Hawks off the board. Morgan Montgomery, Alexa Garcia, Hannah Peterburg, the first 3 for the Beavers here in the bottom of the second off Tatiana Blas, who gave up 1 hit and no runs in the first inning. Gave up the double to Jackie Young with 2 outs, but then got Werzer on a pop-out. Montgomery takes that pitch high for a ball. 1-0. I said it was high, and then I all of a sudden remembered that I had to wait, and it was a ball. Morgan takes that one very high, so it's 2 balls and no strikes on Morgan Montgomery. The freshman from West Valley, the shortstop for the Beavers. Missed a couple of games recently, but she's back in the lineup for Coach Lisa Delgado, and she takes that one in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on Montgomery. Alexa Garcia on deck. That's hit up in the air towards center field. Dudu coming in and still coming in. She reaches up and gets it in short left center field for the first out. The wind blowing in today really caught that one and pushed it back toward the infield. So 1 out here in the second. And Alexa Garcia coming up to the plate. A left fielder, freshman from Rockland, 286. 4 home runs and 26 runs batted in for Alexa Garcia here. Just outside the top 5 in RBI in the Big 8 Conference. Right-handed hitter takes in there for a strike. I thought it was a strike, but I was, again, Stones has clocked it at 1.75 seconds from strike to signal. Well, swings and misses. Alexa swings and misses. 0-2. Sister Bella Garcia, as we mentioned, our leadoff hitter. Third baseman is out with a broken wrist. And the Beavers scrambling to fill her spot. 0-2, swung on a miss, kind of a half swing that turned into a 3/4 swing, and she is down on strikes. 2 outs here in the second, and Hannah Peterburs will be the hitter for AR. The third baseman, right-handed hitter. 286 on the season. She has a home run. She's driven in 9. And up there with 2 outs and Emily Ariano to follow. That's hit high up in the air. Short left field. Babby is going to come in and still come in on the run. And she dropped the ball in foul territory, I think. And it will be nothing but a strike down the left field line. She started out, I thought she was going to catch it in fair territory. She made contact. I believe it was a foul ball. We'll see. And let's see. No, well, she's at second base, but she's on the wrong side of second base, and it looks like she's coming back in. And now here's Lisa Delgado coming down to talk to the umpire. But if my runner was staying at second base, I wouldn't talk to her. So I've got to imagine that it was called foul. And I thought it was foul because when she finally got to where the ball was, she was in foul territory. It looked like to me. Stones McCoy will do the magical replays and give us the word.
Yeah, we're going to pull up the replay here, but we're going to wait and actually see what they say here. The only discrepancy that I have with what you said is that I think the actual first contact, her feet were still in play, in the field of play.
Okay.
That's why I'm believing that's why she's arguing this call, that should be a double.
Well, I've always taught that it's where the ball is, not where you are. So the ball was in foul territory, and she's coming back. And so I guess it's me 1, Stones McCoy nothing.
There you go. I was just trying to provide the explanation.
And remember that is exactly the area of the field where they were playing Duck, Duck, Goose before the game. So that might have something to do with it. It might have been matted down out there or something. That's. There you go. Thank you, Stones McCoy, for just inserting yourself in the broadcast. I'm glad you felt, I know it's my name on the letterhead, if we ever got letterhead. That's high and outside, but it would be your name if we ever got letterhead. So if you ever order it, be sure to put your name on it. So a hand up here with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. What we're seeing, though, Stones, is that the wind is really affecting the fly balls out here so far today. Check swing, did she go? I don't think she did, and it's ball 2, 2-1. So they go by what I say, as always. 2 balls, 1 strike. Emily Ariano on deck in case Hannah can get something going here against Tatiana Blas. 2-1 pitch is very high, very outside, makes it 3 balls and 1 strike. Wind blowing from our left to right and in, and has held up several fly balls already here today. Hannah waiting for the 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. First walk of the game for Tatiana Blas. She just 25 issued in 74 in the third innings. Make that 75 in the third innings. Here's Emily Ariano. The freshman from Folsom is batting .316, and she is the DP for Lisa Delgado and the Beavers today. Checks with the third base coach. That'll probably make runs more of a premium here with that wind blowing in. That one is down low for a ball. Thought there was a chance that could go either way, so I was just doing the viewer, the benefit of waiting, just doing the courtesy. Peterburs over at first base, 2 outs. That one is in there for a strike. I'm just glad when I'm making the call, the umpire confirms what I say now. Because I just say it, and then if he makes his move, then that's great. Woodchip Mountain Views looking a little bit sad over there. That's a line drive out towards center field. Dadu is going to come in her tracks, make the catch. Well hit ball by Emily, but right at Angelina Dadu out in center field. So one runner left on in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third. Hawks nothing, Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the third, no score so far between the Beavers and the Hawks. And Stones McCoy, as a professional, will do at all times, left his post to go talk to Sam the Lab down there on the bottom level as Bird went down and said, hey, and now Stones is going to take advantage of the fact that he doesn't have to do whatever he doesn't want to do, and he'll go down and play with the dog during the game. That's great. Ground ball right of Hannah Peterburs and across the diamond to first, and Dadu is retired for the first out here in the top of the third. The number 9 hitter, Angelina Dadu, hits it on one hop to Peterburs, and now we go to the top of the order in Layla Towner. Layla, the freshman from West Campus, struck out her first time up, but she's hitting at a very robust 358 on the season. Up here for the second time. And there goes Sam as he's had enough of Stones, and he's going to take off. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Sam was probably the number 1 canine of the season for the Beavers. I've never seen Sam so animated. He's moving around a lot. He must have had his cortisone shots or cream and clear or whatever it is, because he is moving well. 1-0. Hit well to left field. Going back is Garcia. She puts her glove up, but not going to be able to get it. One hops the fence. A nice job by Garcia to get it in, as Towner is going to stay at first base with a very long single. The third hit of the game for the Hawks. She hit that one right over Alexa Garcia's head in left field. The toughest kind of line drive for an outfielder, too, because it was right at her and right over her head. And she, good recovery to run it down and get it back to second base before Towner could advance. But here's Kaylee Toy, who grounded out to third her first time up. Right-hand hitting second baseman, batting at .324 on the year. She fouls that one off down the first base line. Now, for all your talk, Stones, about being Sam's best friend, he really had enough of you in a couple of seconds and was gone. Yeah, I mean, you should have done that thing where you put treats in both pockets. And, I don't know why he likes me so much. Oh, geez, it must be my magnetic personality. He did that with beers the first time I ever met him. That's why I hung around him. 0-1 pitch. That is outside for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Kaylee Toy. Trinity Jordan, dangerous hitter at .459. She's on deck. With Towner down at first base and 1 out. Bree Romero, the freshman from Sheldon High School, with the 1-1. That's just a little outside and high. 2-1 on Kaylee Toy. On the CRC website, it said Kaylee Toy had committed to Chico State, so congratulations. Although my wife went to Chico State, so I can tell her a couple places to avoid. Although it's probably a kind of a different place than it was in those days. That's a line down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Garcia's going to cut it off there and try to get into third. Here comes Towner. No, she's going to stop halfway and try to get back. Good play again by Alexa Garcia. And Towner has to stay at second base. Hit hard by Kaylee Toy, though, and it's a 4th hit already for the Hawks. And here's Trinity Jordan, who is at 459 coming in, has a single to her credit today. 4 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Trinity, a sophomore from Franklin High School, had a soft line drive into left center for a single back in the first. And she lines that one to left field. Might stay up for Garcia. No, Alexa's going to play it on a hop and get it in quickly, so the runners go from station to station. Almost looked like it was going to hang up, but it kind of took a dive down there. So 3 straight hits for the Hawks here in the third, and that brings up Emily Johnson. Emily Johnson, 23 runs batted in and 3 home runs to go with a 387 average, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound, an unofficial meeting at the mound, players only. A players-only meeting at the mound to talk it over as Emily Johnson comes up here with the bases loaded. The freshman from Calaveras High School grounded to shortstop her first time up, hit it out to Morgan Montgomery, so she is 0 for 1 so far. But as mentioned, 387 on the season, and the Beavers trying to talk over not only what they're going to do with Emily Johnson, but how they're going to play this defensively as far as going to the plate or trying to turn 2 on ground ball, and whether they'll play the infield in or back. So we'll see how it works, and it looks like that infield will be in for the Beavers. Towner, not a lot of speed down at third base, so that may be one reason why they will elect to go home with anything. Here's Johnson. Line drive, base hit left field. 1 run scores. Here comes the second one. No, she's going to stop at third base. So the second runner, that's Toy, stops at third. Towner scores, and 4 straight hits for the Hawks. 24th run batted in for Emily Johnson. And here's Sophia Ortiz, who had a double her first time up. She's up here with the bases loaded and just 1 out in the third. So Johnson hits it sharply to left field. Alexa Garcia again got that one in very quickly. It looks like we might have a runner at second base, perhaps for Trinity Jordan. Or maybe for Johnson at first. We'll see. Number 2, that's Mackenzie Sorensen, and she's going to go out and run at second base for Trinity Jordan. So Sorensen is on at second base. Toy at third base, and Johnson over at first. Dedu started it out with a ground out, and then 4 straight singles have plated a run and left the bases loaded here. And here's Ortiz. 284 hitter, but she doubled back in the second inning. Infield in again. She takes high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Romero checks with Jordan Warzer behind the plate for the 1-0 pitch. That is on the inside corner for a strike. That was more than 3 alligators on that one, Stones. I couldn't tell whether it was or not, so I didn't want to, hazard a guess either way. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hannah Peterburg at third, Montgomery at short, McKay at second, and Young over at first. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Romero on that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Sophia Ortiz. Freshman from Oakdale High School. Behind the plate for the Hawks today. Consumnes looking for win number 25 on the season. 1-2, just a little bit outside. Evens the count up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 13-5 in league play are the Hawks. Beavers stand at 7-10. 2-2 coming from Romero. Swing and a miss. She got her to chase one outside the strike zone. So big strikeout right there for Bria Romero getting Ortiz. But still, Tamisha McBride will come up to the plate now. And Tamisha is a .364 hitter who sacrificed her first time back in the second inning. Sophomore from Luther Burbank. Right-handed hitting right fielder. A big out right here for Bria Romero early on in this ball game. She lets that one go, and it is high and outside. So it's 1 ball and no strikes on McBride. Sarah Babby, the left fielder, on deck for CRC, who have 4 hits in the inning and 1 run across the plate. Layla Towner scoring on the Emily Johnson single. That one is too high again, so it's 2-0 on McBride. Bree Romero 9-6 on the season, a 2.32 earned run average. 32 walks in 123 2/3 innings coming in to go along with 78 strikeouts. She's got a big 2-0 pitch right here to McBride, and it's popped up out of play by McBride, who went after the 2-0 pitch. Got one she liked, couldn't straighten it out, so it's 2 balls, 1 strike. The great Jamil Pugh down there, taking his photographs from his favorite spot over there down the third baseline, which is a good place to be when it's not a left-handed hitter. He's finally figured that out. It only took him all season. 2 balls, 1 strike. Check swing. Did she go? No, she did not. 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 on McBride. Bases are loaded. 2 outs here in the third. 1 run across for the Hawks. They lead 1-0. That one is in there for call, strike 2. 3-2. McBride almost turned away in disdain over that pitch. She's like, I don't want anything to do with that one. Big pitch here, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bree Romero and Tamisha McBride scoring off here. Hit up there to center field. Peterburg's on the move, gets it in short right center field for the 3rd out. So good job by Romero to pitch out of it, but still 1 run for the Hawks, and they leave 3. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Hawks 1, Beavers nothing.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stone's Radio Network.
Bottom of the 3rd, Hawks grabbing the 1-0 lead, but the Beavers feel a little bit good about the way things turned out as they had the bases loaded with just 1 out and were able to hold the Hawks to that single run. And Kelly Tomlinson will start us off, the number 9 hitter, hitting at .262. Followed by Sophie Peterburs and Taylor McKay, 9-1-2 against Tatiana Blas, who has gone through 2 innings, allowed 2 base runners, 1 hit and 1 walk. And she has 1 strikeout, and the first pitch is a little bit too low to Tomlinson. Callie from Orem High School, just a freshman, playing out in right field. Already had a very good catch out there in right field today. She takes inside there. 2-0 on Callie Tomlinson. Beavers in the last stretch of the season here. She pops that one up out of play. They'll finish their league season on the 25th against Delta down in Stockton. Last home games will be on the 22nd, a doubleheader against Folsom Lake College. Right here will be senior day, and we will be happy to be here to broadcast the action. 2-1 pitch. Hits sharply to the right, shortstop into left field. That's a base hit for Kelly Tomlinson. A solid single to left to start off the bottom of the 3rd. Second hit of the game for the Beavers. And with Tomlinson at first, Sophie Peterburs comes to the plate. Sophie was called out for being out of the batter's box when she made contact with the ball her first time up. So she is 0 for 1.
Now batting to the Beavers, number 10, the center fielder, Sophie
Layla Towner, the third baseman, moving up close for the Hawks, as does Emily Johnson over at first. Left-hand hitting Peterborough waits for the pitch. Shows bunt and pulls it back. And Tomlin's off the base, gets back in, and she's under the tag by Emily Johnson. Good throw by Ortiz as Callie Tomlinson was anticipating that ball being dropped down, but the ball out of the strike zone. So Sophie let it go by, and Callie Tomlinson able to get back in under the tag. 1 ball and no strikes on Sophie. 3:15 on the year coming in. Here's the pitch, and she lets that one go by, and it's too high as well. 2 balls and no strikes. That time, Callie Tomlinson waiting a little bit before she ventured off the base so far to see if the ball would be bunted. The Rhodesian Ridgeback twins are here. So we've got the canines all over the place today. 2-0 pitch. She bunts that one, but foul down the third base line. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. We saw Sam the Lab, which purportedly is Stones McCoy's best friend, but I didn't see that. I saw him just as enamored with Bird as he was with Stones McCoy. 2 balls, 1 strike. Towner up at third base. Here's the pitch. She pulls it back again. There's the throw back to first base again, and under the tag again is Callie Tomlinson. So Peterborough is showing a good eye at the plate. Very selective. 3 balls now and 1 strike. Missing high gives Ortiz a good chance to throw behind the runner at first base, and Tomlinson, anticipating the bunt, is off a pretty good distance. 3-1. Pulls it back, and that's ball 4. As Sophie Peterborough is down to first before Callie Tomlinson even registered that it was ball 4, and she was sitting there going, "Why are you running at me?" And here comes a talk from the coach, Christy Schroeder of Consumnes College. We're going to step away for just a second. In the bottom of the third, Beavers got 2 on, but they trail 1-0.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Taylor McKay coming to the plate for the Beavers. Peterborough at first and Tomlinson at second. And somebody is saving a horse and riding a cowboy during that little interim, and I don't know that that's appropriate. Here's McKay, who flied to left her first time up. Let's see if she also squares the bunt, and she does not, as the pitch is right down the middle for a strike. 0-1. Taylor steps out and looks down at third base to get the latest instructions. With 2 on and nobody out, Jackie Young on deck. McKay swings away and hits it down the right field line. It's going to be a foul ball, giving Chase McBride. Almost got there and was in almost position to make a diving try, but not quite. And it'll be no balls now and 2 strikes on Taylor McKay. 299 coming in, 11 runs batted in for the sophomore. She takes another look down at third base, behind in the count, 0-2. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Hawks. That's popped up again, and that's out of play. So it stays 0-2 on Taylor McKay. Babby in left, Dedew in center, and McBride in right. Playing in pretty shallow for the Hawks, as the wind again keeping the ball short. There's a foul ball down the right field line, and it's out of play. Solid single to left for Callie Tomlinson opened up the bottom of the third. Then Sophie Peterborough, who wanted to sacrifice, selective about the pitches, and she took 4 balls and went down to first base. And now McKay here with an 0-2 count. That's in dirt. It gets by the catcher and coming all the way back to the screen. It's going to be a wild pitch and allows the runners to move up to second and third. 2 of them in scoring position now for Taylor McKay. inside on the ground there. Ortiz tried to make a stab with it with the left hand. Couldn't get it and went all the way back to the backstop. Second and third, nobody out now. Here's the 1-2. High for a ball and the throw back to third base. They try to get Kelly Tomlinson wherever she is on the base pass, and she is back safely. So it's 2-2 on McKay. Tatiana Blas gets the sign, and she's ready to go 2-2. McKay takes high, ball 3. So good plate awareness, good strike zone awareness for Taylor McKay, and she's taken the 0-2 count all the way to 3-2 as Jackie Young waits on deck for ARC. That's fouled back to the screen, got the smallest, merest touch of that one, and sent it back to the screen to get another pitch, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hawks scored 1 time in the top of this inning. That's the only scoring so far in this one. Beavers threatening here. Swing and a miss, got to run strikes. Big pitch for Liz. The second strikeout for Tatiana. And now Jackie Young coming to the plate. Jackie with a double her first time up.
First baseman, Jackie Young.
Double over the left fielder's head her first time back out in the first inning. First of 2 hits for the Beavers so far in this one, Tatiana Blas. And she's up here now with 2 runners on. Line drive left field, base hit, 1 run will score easily. Here comes Peterburg around. She's going to go to the plate. The throw's cut off, and she will slide in. It's a 2-run single for Jackie Young, and the Beavers lead this one 2-1. Young delivered on the first pitch. He's 2 for 2. That's RBIs 18 and 19. And we saw Sophie Peterburg on second in a game last week that they didn't waver around and tried to let her score on a base hit to left field. And that time they did, no doubt about it. And she made it easily. Downer cut the throw, which was the proper thing to do, and had a chance maybe at Jackie Young, but Jackie not rounding the bag too far, and she's got a 2-run single in the Beavers' lead. Werzer takes the first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Jordan popped out to short her first time up. 0-1 on Jordan Werzer. She hits that one out towards shortstop. Nice play on the back end right down to first. Good play by Gabby Lipsky at shortstop. She got the ball on her backhand side and turned and gunned it to first base to get Werzer. Moving to second is Young, but an excellent play out at shortstop by Lipsky. And Morgan Montgomery coming to plate. She hit the ball out to center field her first time up. Flied out. She is 0 for 1. The shortstop from West Valley High School with a runner at second now and 2 outs. Pops that one out towards center field. Going to be short of center field. Coming in is Dadu all the way in, and what a play by Angelina Dadu from center field. She came all the way in, and she was hit right around second base when she made that catch. The win having an effect on that one. So 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 left. We go to the fourth. The Beavers grab the lead 2-1.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the fourth. Beavers 2, Hawks 1. Bree Romero comes out. She'll face the bottom of the order. Sarah Babby, then Gabriella Lipsky and Angelina Dadu. here in the fourth inning. I was listening to the Killers, man. When you listen to the Killers, Stones wanted and said, hey, why didn't I come on when he wanted me to? And I was listening to the Killers. I did forget. Sometimes when I hear the Killers, it takes me back to my son's wedding, the reception. You know, that song was, we're all jumping up in the air at the end of the reception. It was crazy. But that doesn't matter now because here's Sarah Babby. Takes the first pitch right down the middle for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Oh, what a crazy day that was. The Killers were prominent, it's my point, Stones. That's all I'm saying. Got me back in the mood, That's lined right at the third baseman. What a play by Hannah Peterburs. She saved herself some dental work, I think, there, as that ball was a shot by Babby. And Hannah handles it just, like it's nothing. Just handles it, goes over, gives the ball back to Brie Romero, and it's 1 out. And here's Gabriella Lipsky, who lined to right field her first time up, robbed of a base hit by Callie Tomlinson to end the second inning. So Lipsky is 0 for 1. She takes that pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. Sophomore from Consumnes Oaks, which really excited Bird to no end that she was Consumnes Oaks on high school and Consumnes River in college. So we had a nice chuckle over that, Hits that one out toward shortstop. Montgomery to her left, picks it up, throws to first. Nice play by Morgan Montgomery. 2 outs quickly here in the fourth, and that'll bring up Angelina Dudu, who made one of the most amazing catches that we've seen in a long time as she started out from center field and caught the ball by second base. As the wind kept knocking it down, and the second baseman moved out of the way because she thought it was going out to center field, and Angelina was close to the pitcher's mound when she finally caught it, which is kind of appropriate because she's also a pitcher with a 10-2 record on the season. Shows bunt, bunts at it, it's a strike, 0-1. Am I wrong? Was it not a strike? Well, she did. Okay, I'm sorry. I know they said that you didn't go after it, but in this case, I'm just going to say, no, you're wrong. She did. So it is actually, I'm going to change the count also. I can do that. Next pitch, that is outside. That would really even the count at 1, but for clerical purposes, we're going to call it 2 balls and no strikes. Dudu is a freshman from Pleasant Grove. Shows bunt. She bunts it back at the pitcher. Picked up by Romero over to first for the out. So good play by Brie Romero on a pretty good look at bunt. 1, 2, 3. In the fourth, we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's Beavers 2 and Hawks 1.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Middle of the fourth inning. That means it's time for the Stones McCoy mid-game report. And Stones, the Beavers have 3 hits. The Hawks have 6, but the Beavers ahead 2-1. It's kind of hitting at the right time, huh?
It's hitting at the right time, but one of the things, and you've said it multiple times during the broadcast, the wind is definitely affecting the way the game is being played, and the reason why the Beavers are up 2-1 right now is simply because the wind has wreaked havoc in the outfield.
Yep.
A couple of misplayed balls by Consumnes River has really lended that hand to allowing these runs to score. So really, this is a game you play small ball. Small ball will really do a lot for you, and you can tell that the Beavers have that in them. Though I imagine they'll start playing that way today.
Yeah, a single and a walk and a pass ball, and all of a sudden a 2-run single, and that gave them their 2 runs. So that's what you got to do on days like this. So let's go back to the action. Thank you, Stones McCoy. Stones McCoy's mid-game report brought to you by the Stones Radio Network. Stones McCoy is the president. Alexa Garcia at the plate, fouls it back to the screen. Alexa 0 for 1 so far today, struck out back in the second inning. The left fielder hitting at .284 coming in. 4 home runs, 26 runs batted in. She'll be followed by Hannah Peterburs and then Emily Ariano. Swing and a miss, 0-2 on Alexa. Freshman out of Rockland. trying to get something started for the Beavers against the Hawks here in the bottom of the fourth. I was going to say, is the Hawks a tremendous offensive team, so that one's high and outside. There's another dog regular over there, Stones. I don't know the name. I think I'm going to call that guy Fuzzy. That's Fuzzy. I know that's what a 3-year-old would call a dog, but I'm calling it Fuzzy. Popped out of play by Alexa. She stays alive at 1 ball and 2 strikes. And you just look at that dog and it's Fuzzy. Yeah, well, perhaps, yeah. Either that or Herman. And I don't think Herman is. I'm going to go Fuzzy, I think. Or Herman Fuzzy, and that's like his nickname. 1-2. Swing and a miss, high fastball. Got to run strikes for the second time. 1 out here. Third strikeout for Tatiana Blas.
Batting for the Beavers, number 8.
And here is Hannah Peterburs, who walked her first time up. Hannah batting at 286. Has a home run, 9 batted in. Home run total's not really important today, the way the wind is playing havoc with this game so far. Hannah hits that one out towards center field. The dude's got to go back on that one. Still got to go back and makes the catch going out toward the warning track. So Hannah hit about as well as you can today. Got it out almost to the warning track, but Angelina Dudu makes the play in center field. And Emily Ariano, who flied out to center field her first time up, comes up to the plate with 2 quick outs for the Beavers here in the fourth. Hawks will have the top of their lineup. Coming up in the top of the fifth, they'll have Towner, Toy, and Jordan. But right now it's Emily Ariano who pops that one up over our heads. It's 0-1 on Emily. 316 coming in with 8 runs batted in for the DP from Folsom. Callie Tomlinson on deck. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. That one's outside for a ball. 1-1. All the scoring in the third inning. 1 for the Hawks, 2 for the Beavers. Emily fouls that one back off the screen, so she is behind in the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That makes sense, okay, because I'm like, you're not talking about the player, obviously, so I'm like, what does it mean? But yeah, okay, that makes sense, because be disciplined at the plate.
Check swing, that one's too high for Emily. Laid off at the last second on that one, so evens the count at 2-2.
That's a different one, I have to say, compared to most of the others we do.
Swing and a miss. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Blas. And we go to the top of the fifth. Beavers 2, Hawks 1.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed a job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the fifth, Layla Towner, Kaylee Toy, and Trinity Jordan, the first 3 hitters for the Hawks as they trail it 2-1. Bree Romero on the mound has surrendered 6 hits, but got out of a bases-loaded jam in the third without allowing just 1 run, and then was 1-2-3 in the fourth. So here's Towner, who struck out to open the game, then singled and scored back in the third, so she is 1 for 2. Came in with an average of .358. For the freshman from West Campus. Here's Romero. Popped up infield. Second baseman McKay is going to call for it. Shades her eyes and makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out on a dangerous hitter for Bree Romero. And that'll bring up Kaylee Toy, who has grounded to third and singled. Singled back in the third inning. She is 1 for 2. 324 coming in for the right-hand hitting second baseman out of Lodi High School.
Second baseman Kaylee Toy.
Just a freshman. 1 out here in the 5th. That's hit into left center field. Moving over is Garcia, and she's going to make the catch, sliding on 2 knees. Alexa moved over to left. The ball hung up, and she went down to 2 knees like she was celebrating a soccer goal, and she picked it out of the air for the out. So quickly 2 outs here in the 5th inning, but here's the dangerous Trinity Jordan coming up to the plate. She has 2 singles so far in this one. Came in at 459.
13, DP Trinity Jordan.
The DP is a sophomore from Franklin High School. 3rd in the league in batting average coming in, and she's 2 for 2 in this one with 4 home runs and 28 runs batted in. First pitch, did it catch the outside corner? No, it did not. 1 ball and no strikes. Trying to rig a pulley to the umpire's right elbow so I can just pull it up whenever I want to, but that is not going to happen, at least not yet, because Stone doesn't have the capabilities. If you had studied just a little bit harder. That's high, 2-0. Jordan thought about it, let it go by. She's got Emily Johnson on deck, who is the only RBI for the Hawks so far today on the 3rd inning single. So at 387, she is no bargain either. But it's 2-0 now on Jordan. That one is just take something off, and it's in there for a strike. I thought so, and I thought so, and I thought so, and then it's a strike. Like those ones on the edge when they're on the end of the cup in golf, and they're kind of going over and over, and all they fall in. 2-1. That's line down the left field line, but that is a foul ball. Inside pitch that Jordan turned on quickly and hit a shot down the left field line, but foul. 2-2 on Trinity Jordan. 3rd in the league in batting average, 6th in the league in runs batted in, tied for 4th in the league with 4 home runs. So she is all over the stats leaders in the Big 8 Conference. 2-2 coming from Bree Romero. On the outside corner, call strike 3. Big strikeout for Bree. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 2-0 or 2-1. 2-1 American River.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stone's Radio Networks.
A momentary stop here as I try to find out who stole my pen, and I have not identified the culprit yet, so I will just professionally move on without having a pen. No problem. I can handle this. It's no big deal. No problem. First pitch to Tomlinson is hit short center field, but the wind blows it right back to second base to Kaylee Toy, and she makes the catch right as I get my pen back. So 1 out here in the 5th, and that'll bring up Sophie Peterburs. The thing is, Stones, if you come up to the stop sign, a 4-way stop at the same time, it's the car on the right. But if they don't come up at the same time and the car on the right pulls up a second later, then the guy just has to go. I mean, you go. You don't wait just because somebody's on your right. That one is in there for a strike. I mean, if they come at the same time, that's the way the law is written, okay? But if you come up there a little bit later, the person who's there first goes. And you're not helping anybody by sitting there trying to be polite. That's all I'm saying. These kids today. Soapy looks at that one. That is outside for a ball, 1-1. Taylor McKay on deck. Well, I mean, that's important. I mean, knowing the traffic laws is important. I studied them before I took my test last time, then they didn't make me take it. Pulls a bat back, 2-1. I mean, that's ridiculous they didn't make me take it. I mean, look at me. I'm walking in there and go, we got to make sure that guy knows what he's doing. No idea. The one where which way do you turn the wheels when you're downhill? Oh, my gosh. I still don't know what it is. 2-1 pitch. Popped up over behind us, so it is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Sophie Biederbers. She was called out for being out of the batter's box in the first inning, and then she got a walk and scored a run in the third, the go-ahead run as it turned out, as the Beavers have the 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out. And Taylor McKay in the on-deck circle. That's in the dirt, 3-2 on Sophie Biederbers. Left-hand hitting sophomore out of Roseville. 3:15 coming into the game today. 10 runs batted in for Sophie. Hits that one up in the air down the right field line, but it's going to be foul and out of play. Giving chase was Emily Johnson over by the dugout. She could not get to it as it almost hit the Rhodesian Ridgebacks over there. They would have definitely caught it. Those look just like the dogs that I just saw in the Westminster Dog Show. Although the best dogs were the Dodsons. Because you could tell, even though they were well-trained, they didn't want to be out there. 3-2 pitch. That's hit out to center field to do is almost on the infield as she makes the catch. So she was playing very shallow, and the wind knocked it back in. As she has made, I think, some of the shallowest catches I've ever seen from a center fielder today.
Now batting for the Beavers.
2 outs, and here's Taylor McKay, who's flied to left and struck out, so she is 0 for 2. I would like to see a day without wind to see how where Dedew plays as far as her starting position, because this one today she is definitely in a little bit more shallow with the wind blowing in. McKay takes high and outside. Jackie Young on deck for the Beavers. 2 outs here in the 5th. Taylor hits that one up in the air toward left field. Babby is going to go over in left center field. She makes the catch. So an easy inning for Blas in the 5th. We go to the 6th. Beavers leading at 2-1.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the 6th, and we will have Emily Johnson, Sophia Ortiz, and Tamisha McBride for the Hawks against Bria Romero. Emily Johnson has an RBI single and a ground out, so she is 1 for 2 today. Comes in at 387. Picked up her 24th run batted into the season. She is top 10 in the Big 8 Conference in that, as well as batting average, where she is 8th right-handed hitter waiting for Bria Romero's first pitch of the 6th. And it is on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. That one is also in there, I believe, for strike two. Nice off-speed pitch by Bree Romero. 0-2 quickly on Emily Johnson, the first baseman, a freshman from Calaveras High School. Down in San Andreas, here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got her outside the strike zone for the first out of the sixth inning. And that will bring up Sophia Ortiz. Third strikeout of the game, second in a row for Bree Romero. Here is Ortiz, who doubled her first time she struck out in the third. Doubled in the second, struck out in the third for Sophia. Hitting at a 284 clip coming in. 3 home runs, 15 runs batted in for the freshman out of Oakdale. That's popped up. It will be behind home plate and probably get out of play. There it is right there. And Stones McCoy in the area did not make the play, so it is no balls and 1 strike. On Sophia Ortiz, Tamisha McBride to follow. Ortiz in the number 5 spot in the order for the Hawks today. They come in at 24-9, 13-7 in Big 8 conference play. That is a fastball. Beautiful looking pitch and is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. At least umpire made the move, so that's outside. Well done, sir. 1-1, and Stones McCoy did end up with that last foul ball as he is returning it now to the Beavers dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the 6th. Beavers with the 1-run lead at 2-1. That one is also outside, I believe, for 2 balls and 1 strike. Sophia Ortiz doubled in the second, struck out in the third. Pops that one up out of play again, right where Stones McCoy would have been. He would have got his second straight foul ball, but he did not. So he is back in action, attempting to give the impression of a man who's doing a job. 2-2. Alexa Garcia is pretty deep in left field for Ortiz, who hit ball out to the fence back in the second inning. She takes that one just outside, 3-2. So she's given her a little bit of room in left. In center field, Sophie Peterbirds is pretty much straight away, a little bit deep, medium deep I'd call it, and the same with Kelly Tomlinson over in right field. Full count now on Sophia Ortiz. Hits it high up in the air. Short right field. Here comes Tomlinson. It's going into foul territory and it's going to fall as giving chase was Taylor McKay. The ball held up, and Tomlinson, as we said, playing medium deep right field, had no chance at it really. So we'll come back and do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tomlinson playing pretty much straight away right field in medium deep. So that's a long run to the foul line there for Kelly. So we'll do it again at 3-2 with Tamisha McBride to follow. 1 out here in the 6th inning. That's line down the left field line. That is a foul ball. Giving chase is Garcia. But Ortiz will come back and do it again. So 1 down the right field line, 1 down the left field line. And Sophia will settle in. We're number 35 for the Hawks. The blue jersey, the white pants. Much better than the baseball team over there. Well, they've changed out of their orange jerseys now, and they're more respectable, so that's good as that game is about to start at 2:30. 3-2 pitch. That's outside, ball 4. So Ortiz works the walk, and that will bring up Tamisha McBride. McBride is sacrificed and flied to center, so she is 0 for 1. 364 average for the right fielder out of Luther Burbank High School, a sophomore, and she's got a runner down at first base. Sarah Babby to follow. Ortiz at first, 1 out. Shows bunt, pulls it back, it's a ball. So 1 ball and no strikes. First walk given up by Bree Romero. That one is inside corner for a strike. Waited for that one. One ball and one strike. McBride waits. Peterbur's up at third base. The pitch does not show bunt, and that is high. 2-1. Easy take for Tamisha McBride. So Hannah Peterbur's at third, is playing well in front of the third base bag here for McBride. Morgan Montgomery, the shortstop. Taylor McKay at second. Jackie Young over at first. Jordan Werser behind the plate for ARC today. Here's the 2-1. Hit sharply right back up the middle into center field. That's a base hit. Getting down in front of it is Petersburg's, but it bounces away. The throw to third base, and the runners are going to move up. So a bobble in center field allows the runner Ortiz to go to third, and the throw allows McBride to go into second. So it is second and third now. That's the first hit since the third inning, but it puts runners at second and third and brings up Sarah Babby, who has popped up and lined out. The last time she was at the plate, hit a line shot right at Hannah Peterburs for the first out of the fourth inning. So she's up here now with second and third, and infield in for the Beavers. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1 to Sarah Babby. Stones points out J.R. Matsunami, the basketball coach here, the women's basketball coach at AR, checking out the action, so we welcome her to a different sport. See how the other half lives. Here's the 0-1. That's outside and high, 1-1. Got pretty good seats down there. You can tell she's a pretty big deal. I think she's been in the coach's chair for a long time, so it gets her a good seat. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sarah Babby. Came in at .338 with 13 runs batted in. And she swings and misses at that one. The freshman from Pleasant Grove is behind the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gabriella Lipsky on deck. Ortiz got the 1-out walk, then a solid single by McBride was bobbled in center field. Runners moved up, and they are in scoring position right now with a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Sarah Babby. Swing and a miss. Got her fishing outside for that one. Romero, a really good pitch to the right-hand hitters that moves away from them. Gets her second strikeout of the inning and 4th of the game, and brings up Gabriella Lipsky, who flied to right and grounded to short. Gabriella was up in the second inning with a runner at third base and hit a line drive to right field that Callie Tomlinson made a great play on. So she was robbed there and then grounded to short her second time up. She lines that one into left field. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. Garcia has it. She's going to try to the plate. 1 hop throw to the catcher. What a throw by Alexa Garcia. And McBride is called out at home plate. 1 run scores to tie the game on the single. McBride got into home, and that was just a perfect throw, and it was going to take a perfect throw from Alexa, and she got her at home plate. So 1 run scores for the Hawks. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, and we're now tied. Hawks 2 and Beavers 2.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Networks.
We're back to a tie game, 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Jackie Young, Jordan Werser, and Morgan Montgomery, the first 3 hitters. Tatiana Blas, the pitcher for the Hawks, giving up 3 hits over 5 innings and 2 runs. Both of those runs back in the 3rd inning, scored via the Jackie Young single. And Jackie come up to the plate. She has doubled in the first and singled in 2 runs in the third, so she is 2 for 2 and has picked up her 18th and 19th runs batted into the season. And she steps in here against Tatiana Blas, with Werzer and Montgomery to follow as we are tied at 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Young swings a line drive. That might stay up for Babby. It does, and Sarah comes in and makes the catch across her body for the first out. So Young hit it well again, but that time it stayed up a little bit too long, and here is Jordan Werzer, who has popped to short and grounded to short. So she is 0 for 2. Number 22 from West Valley, the freshman, behind the plate and at the plate. Pops that one foul back over us, so it's 0-1 on Jordan Werzer. Jordan hitting a .288 coming into this one. She has 3 home runs on the season. Lets that one go by. It is on the inside corner, call strike 2. And 18 runs batted in, so 3 and 18 for Jordan Werzer, but 0-2, the big numbers right now. She is behind in the count. Hit someone down the right field line out of play. Took the waste pitch, took it on the outside corner, hit it down the right field line, but well out of play. So it is 0-2 still on Jordan Werzer. Hits it sharply down the third base line and foul. Still amazed at that throw by Alexa Garcia to end the top of the 6th. McBride coming around third. It would have taken a perfect, absolutely perfect throw. And it's exactly what it was from Garcia. Took the one hop right into the glove of Jordan Werzer, and she put it on McBride for a huge out, although the tying run did score ahead of McBride. So it's 2-2. 0-2 still on Jordan. Hits that one up in the air toward right field. McBride comes in a little bit more and makes the catch coming in toward the infield. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, and it's Morgan Montgomery who's flied to center twice in this game. Morgan hitting .352 coming in, has 10 runs batted in, no home runs on the season for the freshman from West Valley. Alexa Garcia on deck. Morgan takes that first pitch on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Beavers with both of their runs back in the 3rd inning. Montgomery takes that one on the outside corner for a strike, so it's 0-2. Working both sides of the plate is Tatiana Blas, and she is ahead 0-2. 7-4 on the season. Montgomery lines it into left field. That's a base hit. Came down and got one down low and hit it out into left field. I don't think she swings at it if she doesn't have 2 strikes, but it's the 4th hit of the game for the Beavers, and it allows Alexa Garcia to come to the plate. Alexa, it's 2 strikeouts so far in this one, so she's looking for a little bit of redemption, and after that throw to end the top of the 6th, maybe it's a big inning for Alexa Garcia here. 4 home runs, 26 batted in for Alexa. She's got Montgomery at first. Swing and a miss at the first pitch, 0-1. Looks down at third base. Coach tells her to just kind of compact her zone a little bit. 0-1 on Garcia. Hannah Peterborough to follow. She takes it high and outside, so 1 ball and 1 strike on Alexa Garcia. Freshman from Rockland. Her sister Bella broke her wrist, and she is out of action till further notice for the Beavers, so it's a big absence right there in the lineup. That's fouled back to the screen by Alexa. Bella hitting at about .460 on the season. I think she was 4th in the conference as of today in batting average, so a big hole for the Beavers, but Coach Lisa Delgado's been dealing with players in and out of the lineup all season long, and she's got her team at 20 wins. Garcia fouls that one out of play, so it's 1-2 still on Alexa. Starting that late season push for the Beavers. This is the first 7 games left in the conference play. Trying to get to that postseason. 1-2 on Alexa Garcia. She takes a little bit high for a ball. 2-2. Morgan Montgomery over at first base. She got the 2-out single. And now Garcia with the count even at 2-2. To do very shallow in center field. McBride and Babby pretty much straight away. That one's high again, ball 3. 3-2, that's the outfield. As the wind now blowing straight in towards home plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Alexa. Montgomery taking off from first base. That's high, ball 4. Good at bat by Alexa Garcia. And that'll bring up Hannah Peterburs, who walked in the second inning. That is the third walk given up by Tatiana Blas, who only gave up 25 walks in 74 in the third innings coming in. So here's Hannah Peterburs, who walked and flied to center. So she is 0 for 1, hit the ball well to center, right center the last time she was up back in the 4th inning. 2 on, 2 outs here in the 6th. Hannah takes that one high for a ball, 1-0. Emily Arano on deck, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound as Tatiana Blas has kind of lost the zone for a second. So while they're meeting at the mound, we'll step away. We are in the bottom of the 6th. Beavers are threatening. We are tied at 2.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Mark the Phantom Low, Stones McCoy here, bottom of the 6th. 2 on, 2 outs for the Beavers in this 2-2 tie and a 1-0 count on Hannah Peterburs as Tatiana Blas ready to go after that visit from her coaching staff. Here's the 1-0. Popped up out of play right over our heads, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. You kind of knew that was going to be a strike after you get that stern talking to come in there and throw the strike. So it's 1-1 on Hannah. Morgan Montgomery out at second base. Alexa Garcia over at first. A single and then a walk with 2 outs. That one is high for a ball. He had me that time because he had the arm in the position to make the strike call, but then didn't go. And me and Berger over here going, come on, make up your mind. Which he did. 2-1. That's outside and high. 3-1, no problem there. Both of us knew that was immediately a ball. So 3 balls and 1 strike on Hannah Peterburs. Hannah at 286 coming in. She does have 9 runs batted in. That one is high, ball 4. So 2 consecutive base on balls by Tatiana Blas. Loads the bases. Emily Ariano coming to the plate. She has flied to center and struck out. So she's up here with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Kelly Tomlinson to follow, but it's all about Emily right here, the freshman out of Folsom. 8 runs batted in, a .316 average coming in. A single and then 2 walks after 2 were out here in the 6th. And here's Ariana. First pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. Montgomery at third, Garcia at second, Peterburs at first. 0-1 pitch is hit high up in the air to left field. Babby coming in underneath it, and she'll make the catch in left center field for the 3rd out. So no runs a hit, 3 left. We go to the 7th. Hawks 2, Beavers 2.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Moving on into the top of the 7th, as everybody's supposed to jump, I believe is what they're telling me to do. And we are ready to go here. Bottom of the order, Angelina Dadu, and then the top of the order, Layla Towner and Kaylee Toy. So 9, 1, and 2 for the Hawks here as they go into the 7th inning against Bria Romero, who's given up 8 hits and 2 runs in the first 6 innings. 3 strikeouts in her last 5 outs recorded. And here is Dadu, who grounded to third in the third and bunted back to the pitcher and was thrown out in the fourth. So she is 0 for 2, came in at 304. She does have a home run and 12 runs batted in. Left-hand hitting center fielder. Also a pitcher, but not today. She lets that one go by, and it's a little bit too high. So it's 1-0 on Angelina, who's a freshman out of Pleasant Grove. Hitting from the left side. Layla Towner on deck. Swing and a miss. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Kelly Thompson playing basically in right center field for the left-hand hitting Dadu. In left center is Sophie Peterburs, and then in straightaway left and a little bit deep is Alexa Garcia. So that's your outfield alignment for the Beavers. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peterburs at third coming in. The pitch is on, looked to be on the outside corner, and it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. On Dadu, might take the bunt away, but we'll see. She, as we said, dropped one down last time. But now with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's Romero's pitch, and it is just misses that outside corner, 2-2. Good waist pitch, good area, but Dadu with the left from the left side looked that one over, decided she didn't like it. 2-2. Top of the 7th, we are tied at 2 Big 8 conference action with the end of league play in sight. 2-2 pitch misses outside again, 3-2. So number 9 hitter, very dangerous to put on in top of this lineup with Towner, Toy, Jordan, and Johnson coming up, all hitting well over 300. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's fouled down the left field line and out of play, so Dadu spoils that one, and we'll go back 3 balls and 2 strikes. As my buddy Herman Fuzzy Davis, I call him. That's his name, Herman Davis, and we nickname him Fuzzy. Checking it out down the right field line, a 4-legged friend of the Beavers program. And Dadu steps in, ready for the 3-2 pitch from Bria Romero. Here it is. Hit high up in the air, but that is also out of play down the left field line. And over toward where the bullpen area for the Hawks is. One of the few teams that have not had players warming up in the bullpen for the entire 7 innings, the last 3-4 games we've seen. People have been up and up and up, but not this time. It's all about Tatiana Blas on the mound. 3-2 now. And that is too high, ball 4. Just missed high, and that's a big base runner there for the Hawks. As Dadu's at first base now, and here is Layla Towner. Struck out, singled, and popped to second base, so she is 1 for 3 today, but a .358 average, and let's see if she's dropping it down here. Her coach, Christy Schroeder, and the Hawks. Peterborough comes in from third. Young does the same from first. Shows bunts it in front of the plate, and it's a foul ball as it went in front of the plate and then went behind the plate. And I think we should clean off the plate, Mr. Umpire, as everybody kicked dirt on it there. But I guess that's a request that's going to go on deaf ears. Well, he's the one that has to figure out if it's a strike or not me. 0-1. But my wife would never go for that plate being that dirty. I would be yelled at right now. Towner not bunting, and she takes it, and it's just a little bit outside. 1-1. So showed bunt the first time, tried bunting the first time, and then was all for hitting away right there. Let's see what happens here with a 1-1 count on Layla Towner. Shows bunt again, pulls it back, hits it out to right field. Tomlinson's going to have to go back, still going back, and she makes a fine catch in front of the warning track. She caught it below waist level as she spun herself around out there, and the ball had a slice on it, and she made a fine catch in right field for Callie Tomlinson. Second good catch she has made out there today, and here's Kaylee Toy, who has grounded a third, singled, and fly to left. So Towner pulled the bat back, almost dropped one out there in right field, but Tomlinson with a fine play defensively. And here's Toy with the dangerous Trinity Jordan on deck. Toy at 324 coming into this one. Kaylee, a freshman from Lodi, has 14 runs batted in. And she's got to do down at first. Let's see if there's something going on. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike, I think, on the outside corner, and it is confirmed. 0-1 on Toy. Peter Young playing up at the corners as the sacrifice still in play here with Jordan on deck. No sacrifice. There's the pitch, and it hits the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Kaylee Toy. To do it first, she had a walk to lead off, and then a fly out by Layla Towner on a good play by Tomlinson in right field. 0-2 on Toy. That's swing and a miss, strike 3. Big pitch right there by Bria Romero, and she's put herself in there where it's going to be a confrontation between her and Trinity Jordan, who has singled twice and struck out looking. That was back in the 5th inning, so she is 2 for 3. A .459 average coming in for Jordan. 4 home runs and 28 runs batted in, and she is up here with the runner at first base, and that's Angelina Dedew. Garcia's deep in left field, same in center for Peterborough. That is down low for a ball, 1-0. And Tomlinson the same in right field. Emily Johnson on deck. Five strikeouts now for Romero in this one. 1-0 coming up to Jordan. Takes it off there. There goes the runner. Good throw to second, but it's going to be a little bit too late, and Dedew is in there safely. Thought we might see her trying to get herself in scoring position. I believe it was a strike. No, it was called a ball. Okay. 2-0. That looked like a pretty good pitch. Off-speed pitch from Romero, which makes it a good pitch for Dedew to steal on, and she makes it in a second. It is 1 ball and 1 strike, so there you go. But now just in scoring position is Dedew at second base. That is in there for a strike, I think. Yes, it is. 1-2. Good position, good place right there. Great location by Bria Romero. Knee high on the outside corner where she got Jordan last time, but now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outfield again deep, so a single would probably score Dedew from second base. That one is just a little outside and down low. Good waist pitch, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Trinity Jordan. She's a sophomore out of Franklin High. Again, very high in all the hitting categories in the Big 8 Conference. 2-2. High in the air, right field. Tomlinson seems to have a beat on it. It's going to go back toward the running track and make the catch right in front of the warning track. Great job by Bria Romero and Kelly Tomlinson. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's the Hawks 2 and the Beavers 2.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed a job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Moving along into the bottom of the 7th, the game is tied at 2. The Beavers with a chance to go home happy. Callie Tomlinson will lead us off, then Sophie Peterburs and Taylor McKay. Callie hits one out towards center field. The do is right in her tracks, and she makes the catch on the first pitch. 4-1 out here in the 7th inning. Tomlinson a single back in the 3rd and then popped a second in the 5th, so she's 1 for 3. And here's Sophie Peterburs, who was out for being out of the box when she made contact with the ball back in the 1st inning, then walked and scored in the 3rd and flied to center in the 5th. So 0 for 2 for Sophie with that run scored. Towner comes in at 3rd, and Sophie takes in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. 1 out in the 7th. One 0 pitch, shows bunt, pulls it back. That looked pretty good, and it is a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Taylor McKay on deck. And then Jackie Young, if it gets that far for the Beavers here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 pitch. Sophie takes in there for a strike. Honestly thought that might have been high, so I had to wait on that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Peterburs. Outfield for the Hawks is very, very shallow. That one just holds off on that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Which means if Sophie was managed to poke one between the outfielders into the left or right field gap or right center field gap, she would run for a long time, and she is extremely fast. 2-2. Outside, ball 3. Works the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lost with 2 walks back in the 6th inning. And 3 for the ball game, make that 4 for the ball game. 3-2 now on Sophie. Swing and a miss. 2 outs, and here's Taylor McKay. As Blas came through on the 3-2 pitch right there, took something off it. And Sophie swung through it. So here's Taylor McKay with 2 outs. She has flied to left twice and struck out. So Taylor 0 for 3. The sophomore out of Paradise comes in at a .299 average. 11 runs batted in for ARC. First pitch is hit high up in the air, right center field. The Dew has a beat on it, so does McBride. McBride is going to make the play for the 3rd out. So we go to extra innings, top of the 8th coming up. We're tied at 2.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the 8th. We are tied at 2, but you knew we were tied because we're in the top of the 8th. Emily Johnson, Sophia Ortiz, and Tamisha McBride, the first 3 hitters for the Hawks. And I thought the last time we did this, it was international rules, but that was not a conference game. So maybe in Big 8 conference zones, they don't do international rules and put a runner at second base, or maybe they do it in the 9th inning. We'll find out. But right now we have no runner, and we have Emily Johnson, who was struck out, grounded out, and singled in a run back in the 3rd inning. The first baseman came in at 387. She hits one foul down the 3rd baseline. 0-1 on Emily. Freshman out of Calaveras High School in San Andreas. 3 home runs, and she picked up her 24th run batted into the season back in the 3rd inning. Right-handed hitter against Bree Romero. 8 hits over 7 innings for Bree. That's lined into right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. Going all the way to the fence. Tomlinson picks it up, but here goes Johnson into second base. The throw's going to be a little bit too late. She slides in and leads off the 8th inning with a 2-base hit. Second hit of the game for Emily Johnson as she's out at second base with nobody out, and Sophia Ortiz coming up to the plate. The catcher has double, struck out, and walked. So Sophia 1 for 2. She's also scored. We're going to have a pinch runner out there for Emily Johnson, who has actually pulled up lame there. Number 23, Kalissa Crapo, I believe, is going to go out there and run. Yes, she is, the freshman out of Franklin. So she'll go out for Emily Johnson. Hopefully Emily's okay. She has got a little hitch in the giddy-up coming in as she slid in on that double. So she is out momentarily anyway, and here's Sophia Ortiz. Ortiz with 15 runs batted in on the campaign, looking for number 16 here in the 8th. 3 home runs, 284 average, and is 1 for 2 in this one. Tamisha McBride to follow. And the Beavers trying to figure out where to play the infield, see if Sophia Ortiz is going to bunt. She is bunting. She bunts it to third base. Nice bunt picked up by Peter Burrs over to first for the out, but moving over to third is Crapo, the pinch runner. And with sacrifice for Ortiz, goes 5-4 with Taylor McKay covering. So here's McBride up here now. McBride up here now with 1 out and a runner at third, and of course the infield in for the Beavers. Tamisha has sacrificed, plied to center, and singled, so she is 1 for 2. A single right back up the middle. That was back in the 6th inning. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Young crashing from first. Peterbur's the same from third. Tough to sacrifice a safety squeeze in softball because he got the defensive players are much closer to home plate than the runner is, and she's got to wait to see if the ball is put down. 1-0 now on McBride, 364 for Tamisha, and 16 runs batted in. She lets that one go by. It's on the inside corner for a strike. He was it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Sarah Babby, the left fielder, on deck, but it's all about Tamisha McBride right now, and Kalissa Crapo, the runner at third base, who came on to run for Emily Johnson. 1-1. Fly ball left field. That should be deep enough as Garcia has to go back to make the play, and the runner's going to score easily, and it's a sacrifice fly from McBride, and the Hawks lead this one 3-2. So McBride picks up the RBI, run scores, and is 3-2, and here is Sarah Babby. Now we're going to have a pinch hitter, I think, here. Number 24, that is 44, Alina Fuentes. So Fuentes will come up to hit for Sarah Babby. Babby was 0 for 3 while she was in there, and Alina Fuentes will be the pinch hitter as we're getting it all straightened out with the umpire. So Fuentes the pinch hitter. And he got 300 on the season. Right-handed hitter against Bree Romero with the Hawks in the lead at 3-2. Fuentes takes on the outside corner for a strike on 1. So the pinch hitter Fuentes, Gabriela Lipsky on deck, the shortstop. Oh, 1 on Fuentes. That one looked like on the inside corner. It is in there, call strike 2. 0-2. So that time Romero working outside corner and inside corner. She's ahead in the count 0-2 on the pinch hitter Fuentes. A run in for the Hawks. They lead 3-2. We're in the top of the 8th. Popped that one out of play, did Fuentes. So it stays at 0-2. Beavers in their half of the 8th will have 3, 4, and 5. Jackie Young, Jordan Werzer, and Morgan Montgomery against Tatiana Blas. We assume that she will stay in the game. She has pitched the entire 7 innings so far for the Hawks. 0-2 pitch, check swing down to first base, scooped up over there by Young, and she steps on the bag. So 1 run on 1 hit, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Hawks 3 and the Beavers 2.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Moving on into the bottom of the 8th, and this one to Becky Rest Field on the campus of American River College, lovely Sacramento, California. Hawks grab a run in the top of the 8th. They lead this one 3-2. Do or die for the Beavers. Jackie Young, Jordan Werzer, and Morgan Montgomery. Young doubled in the first, 2-run single in the third, and then lined out to left in the 6th. So she's got a couple of good swings against Tatiana Blas. And she's up here to lead off the 8th inning. Her team down by 1. Hit high in the air, deep but foul to left field. Gave it a pretty good shot, but it is considerably foul as it leaves the field of play. So Jackie behind the count 0-1. Jordan Werzer to follow, and then Morgan Montgomery. Young, the sophomore out of Casa Roble, settles in. Pitch is hit high in the air, but to right field, McBride has a beat on it and makes the catch in right center field for the first out. So Young is retired on a fly ball to right field, and Jordan Werzer comes up to the plate. She flied to right her last time up, also popped out and grounded out in this one, so she is 0 for 3. Home run power with 3 on the season for the Beavers. So Jordan steps in, 1 out here in the 8th. Hits it sharply down the third base line into the coach's box and hits the coach in the foot. So that's a foul ball and also a painful reminder to the coach to get out of the way. And it is 0-1 on Jordan Werzer. Reminder, if you want to catch all action, ARC Athletics YouTube, just become a subscriber and we'll notify you when we go live with an ARC event. That one is outside for a ball as it waits for the inevitable strike call, but it did not come. 1 ball, 1 strike. Werzer lines one to left field. Going back, she reaches up and makes the catch toward the running track. So hit well by Jordan Werzer, but she is out on a fly ball to left field. And the last chance for the Beavers, the shortstop Morgan Montgomery, who has flied out to center twice and singled. 1 for 3 in this one. Werzer got almost all of that one. Maybe on a normal day that goes a little further, but with the wind blowing in, that's a tough call. And it's 2 outs, and now Montgomery pops it up center field. To do has a beat on it, and she makes the catch in center field, and that's the ball game. 1-2-3 for the Beavers. They get nothing in the bottom of the 8th. The final score in 8 innings. Consumnes River wins this one 3-2. And the Beavers fall to 7-11 in conference play and 20-13 overall. They'll be back in action this weekend. They go to Modesto to take on the Pirates in a doubleheader. Then they've got Sac City next Tuesday, and they're back at home for the final home games. Are going to be on the 22nd of April. They play a doubleheader against Folsom Lake College. Baseball-wise, it's still going on over at Beaver Field between the Hawks and the Beavers. The Beavers are back in action next Tuesday, and so stay tuned to American River College Athletics YouTube and subscribe and find out if we're going to be back. We're supposed to be back in action next Tuesday. For Stones McCoy and myself, Mark the Penamlo, we thank you for watching. We thank you for listening. We urge you to join the ARC YouTube family by subscribing. We'll talk to you next time.